So this is your chapter for binomial. Okay, so before we move into binomial itself, okay, there are some, okay, your like what we call your notations, basically the mathematical symbols or operations you need to understand. Okay, so over here there's an exclamation mark here. So this is what we call n factorial. Okay, how do I get this form here? Okay, let's look at the number form first. Okay, if I have 3 factorial, it means I have 3 times 2 times 1. Basically, you multiply by the number subtracted by 1. Similarly, which means if I have 5 factorial, it will be 5 times 4 times 3 times 2 times 1. Okay, so you always multiply by the next number subtracted by 1 until your last number on the right hand side that you multiply is a 1. Okay, which is why for n factorial, okay, we kind of say it's endless in a sense because we don't know what number n is, so it will be n itself, which is the number here, multiplied by n minus 1. Okay, and then n minus 2 all the way to the last number of 1, which is how you get this form over here. Okay, so for n factorial wise, don't have to be so concerned about it yet. Okay, we won't use it so commonly at the start. Okay, the one that I need you all to be familiar with is the number, the one where there's a value given. Okay, so let's take a look at the next part. Over here you have n bracket n r. Okay, so this is what I like to call n choose r. Okay, the C here represents choose. This formula over here, again, this is given in the formula sheet. Okay, so again, don't worry too much about this. Subsequently, at the back part, when I go through the concepts relevant for this, then I'll dive into this. Okay, but for now, don't worry too much about this. But what I need you all to understand is if I have 7 choose 2, how do you press it in the calculator? Okay, you key the number 7 first. Okay, on your calculator, you press shift divide. Okay, for those who are using Casio. Okay, subsequently, you press 2. So in the calculator, this is what you all should see. Okay, in the calculator, this is what you all should see. Okay, and then you all just key in the calculator, you'll get 21. Okay, so the thing you all need to take away from this first page for now, okay, for this entire portion is, okay, if you see this bracket 7 bracket 2, this is what I call 7 choose 2. Similarly, okay, if I give you this and I ask you for the value in your calculator, what you key is 5 choose 2. Okay, and then you get a value. That's all. Okay. Okay, so let's move on to the first part, okay, which is the expansion portion using our binomial theorem. Okay, so this is the formula which we use to expand for binomial. Okay, you always have 2 terms. Okay, the first term is A, second term is B. Okay, so if you look at this expansion here, first and foremost, okay, if you all notice a pattern is, okay, your A, okay, highlight with me, your A starts with the highest power. Okay, so in this case, my highest power is always the number here, which is n. Okay, and then it will start to decrease. So the first term is n, second term is n minus 1, third term is n minus 2, so and so forth. Same thing for my B. My B starts to increase. Okay, and what does it start from? Okay, you all can add this in at the side. Wow. Power of B starts from 0. Okay, so one starts from the highest number. Okay, the other starts from 0. So essentially over here, this A to the power n term. Okay, we simplify it as such. But if I want you to write it out, it will be n choose 0, A to the power of n, and B to the power of 0. Okay, this value here, if you key in the calculator, is 1. And then for B power 0, if you all recall when you all learn indices, anything to the power of 0 is 1. Okay, so simply put, okay, we simplify the term to just be A to the power of n. That's why in the formula it's just A to the power of n. Okay, so now that we have went through this formula itself, okay, how do we apply it into expansion questions? So the first expansion question that you have here, okay, bracket 1 plus 2x to the power of 7. Okay, so in this case, my A would be my value of 1. My B would be my 2x. And then my n is actually 7. Okay, so as a start, this is what you can write at the side, okay, as a reminder of what you are working with. So now I'm going to plug it into the expansion formula here first. Okay, so assuming that the question asks us to work out to the first 3 terms. Okay, so what you'll get is this. Okay, you will have A, the first term, which is 1 to the highest power, which is 7, right? Plus, okay, 7 choose 1. The power of 1 drops by 1. So 7 minus 1, I get 6. Okay, and then 2x is just power 1. Okay, then I just leave it. It's an invisible power 1. The next term, again, plus, okay, now instead of 7 choose 1, I have 7 choose 2. I have 1 to the power of 5 and 2x to the power of 2. Okay, so since I'm only asking you for the first 3 terms, there are more terms at the back, but we don't end like that. Okay, because there are more terms at the back, okay, what we will do is we'll put a plus dot at the back. Okay, then from here, just simplify this expression. So 1 to the power of anything equals to 1. Okay, no matter how many times you multiply 1 to itself, it is still 1. Okay, so please save the time, don't key in the calculator. Okay, so the first value is just 1, there's nothing to it, plus, okay, 7 choose 1. Any number choose 1 is the number itself. So 7 choose 1 is just 7. Okay, then this is just 1, okay, times 2x, plus, okay, you all key 7 choose 2 in the calculator. Okay, you all should get 21. Okay, so 21, again, 1 to the power of 5 is still 1. 4x, 2x to the power of 2. Okay, you square both numbers, you get 4x squared plus dot dot. Okay, and simplify this to become 1 plus 7x. Sorry, 14x, not 7x. Okay, plus 84x squared. Then you just put plus dot dot dot. Okay, that's all there is to it. Okay, this is the first type of expansion where your a is 1. But regardless, it's just a form where the first number or the first term that I'm working with is 1. Okay, we just use it as a as 1 and b as 2x, that's all. Okay, so now let's apply it into a second example here. Again, we are going to use this expansion formula here. Okay, and this is what you're asked to expand. So in this case, okay, my a is 2. Okay, but take note, my b is the entire negative 3x here. Okay, so your b is negative 3x, and then your n is 7. Okay, and then just plug in the numbers again. Okay, you have 2 to the power of 7 plus 7 choose 1. Okay, times 2 to the power of 6. Then take note, there's a minus 3x here. Okay, it's not just 3x because my b is minus 3x. Plus, okay, again, becomes 7 choose 2 because earlier was 7 choose 1. Alright, then the power of 2 decreased by 1 becomes 5. The power of the minus 3x increased by 1 becomes squared. Again, plus dot dot dot. Okay, this is in the scenario where I'm asking you for the first 3 terms. Okay, then just expand and simplify the terms here. So for this one, what you all need to take note of is now there is a negative sign in the expansion of the brackets. So this is what you all need to be careful of. Okay, so 2 to the power of 7 is 128. Okay, then because if you all take a look at this bracket, the power of this bracket is odd. So definitely this will be a minus. Okay, you'll get minus 1344x. Plus, okay, key 7 choose 2 times 2 to the power of 5 times minus 3 squared. So since I square the negative, it will become a plus. Okay, and then I get 6048x squared plus dot dot dot. Okay, that's all there is to it. So basically, apply the formula and plug in the values. That is all you all need to do for the expansion portion. Okay, so below over here is just what I emphasized on earlier. Just take note, okay, to be careful of the negative signs. Okay, but a tip, okay, that you all can use is, okay, if within the bracket itself, okay, it is minus. Okay, there's a minus here. Normally, it will always be the first term positive, negative, positive, negative, positive, negative. Okay, can? Okay, so what I want you all to do now is to pause the video. Okay, take some time, try out the example over here. Okay, so once you're done, okay, then you all watch through the next part of the video. Okay, so this is where I'll go through the examples with you all. So very simply, again, just expand and plug in the values. So for this first question here, okay, at the side, right, a equals to 3, b equals to 4x squared, and n equals to 9. Okay, this is something I want you all to practice at the start first. Okay, just when you all get the hang of it. Once you are very familiar, okay, you all can skip this step. Okay, so plug in the values. I'll get 3 to the power of 9 plus, okay, 9 choose 1 multiply by 3 to the power of 8, okay, 4x squared to the power of 1. Okay, since I'm only asking for the first 3 terms, I only need the first 3 terms. So write the third term, okay, and then you all can stop already. Okay, then take note, when you all put the square is to the entire 4x squared, okay, then plus dot dot dot. Okay, so just expand and simplify this. This is what you all should get. Okay, so one portion that students are normally stuck with is what are the numbers you all key in the calculator. Okay, so let's take a look at the third term for example. Okay, the third term for example. Okay, if I just want to determine what is the coefficient of the x term, okay, very clearly you all can see what you all key in the calculator is 9 choose 2, cos 9 bracket 2. So in the calculator, okay, 9 choose 2 times 3 to the power of 7 times, okay, focus on the number inside here. It is a 4 and then there's a square outside, so times 4 squared, that's all. Okay, this is how I get the coefficient over here. And then to get the x power, okay, x square, bracket square, in indices you all learn power is multiplied, so 2 times 2 I get x power 4, that's all. Okay, that is for the first example. Okay, for the second example, again, the second example, in the middle it is a minus. Okay, so take note of that. Okay, again, let's apply the formula. My a is 2x, so I start with the highest power 5. Since inside the bracket is minus, okay, my second term will be a negative term. So positive, negative, positive, negative. Okay, so minus 5 choose 1, 2x to the power of 4, 1 over 3x to the power of 1. So that's it as such. Okay, third term is positive. So again, 5 choose 2, 2x to the power of 3, and then 1 over 3x to the power of 2. Okay, then from here, key in the calculator, and then simplify the terms. This is what you all should get. Okay, so in the calculator, if you can, okay, always leave your answer in your mixed fraction form. Okay, and this is the answer that you should be getting. So this one is slightly harder, okay, where inside one of the brackets, one of my a or b terms is a fraction. So again, let's go through how I get the terms here. Okay, let's look at this one for example. So 5 choose 1, very straightforward. To get a coefficient, you key in the calculator, 5 choose 1. Alright, okay, then focus on number first. 2 to the power of 4. And if you all realize, this one is 1 over 3x. So if I'm taking the number, I should be taking 1/3. Okay, that's how I get the 26 2/3. How do I get the x power? Okay, this is where you use your laws of indices. Okay, x to the power of 4 times 1 over x. Okay, which means I will get x cubed, that's all. Okay, then you do the same thing for the second example. Okay, so this is all there is for the expansion portion.